Man, I almost went into a full-blown panic attack. So this is what happened. I'm at my sister's last Saturday and spent the whole day with her. We were in and out of stores, and at some point we came back to her place. We're sitting there, both of us on our cell phones, new technology, not even talking to each other at the time. But my phone rang. It was my daughter. And she was saying that she wanted to give my phone number to a gentleman that she had met in her business, and apparently he had graduated with her father-in-law, and wondered if I minded if she gave this guy my number, because I had talked to her earlier and told her that I've got to come out of this funk and start getting out and having some fun. Now, everybody understand me. Where I am with this is, okay, you have isolated for 8 years. You need to get out and start having some fun. So I said, okay, you can give this guy my home number, but don't give him my cell phone number. And I said, okay, so we talked a little longer and then hung up the phone. With my sister and I, we just going about our business. And it's about an hour later, I'm standing in the middle of a Goodwill store about to have a panic attack. And I know she looked at me like I was 14 karat crazy, because she saw me doing like this, talking about, what did I just do? What did I just do? She said, what are you talking about? I said, telling Keisha it was okay for that guy to call me. What in the world had I just done? And I'm feeling this panic attack trying to come on. And then I kind of caught myself. She said, are you all right? And I said, okay, I'm going to be all right. I said, I'm still in control. That's what I kept saying. I'm still in control. And the more I said that, the calmer I got. And she just looked at me and said, yeah, I thought it was fine. You clearly said, don't give him my cell phone number so you don't have to worry about the guy texting you or blowing up your cell phone. And if he calls on your home phone, you talk to him and it turns out that he's a nutcase or something, you don't have to answer that call anymore. She said, yeah, you're still in control. And I just was so surprised. How many times have I sat here and told you guys, well, it's time for me to start getting out. I'm going to want to start dating again, just to have some fun, just to quit isolating, quit being scared. And at no point in the times that I told you guys that I ever consider that it would throw me into a doggone panic attack. What is my damage? I have done some thinking about it, and I think that really it was my trauma brain connected the toxic relationship from the past with simple dating. Really? And because my trauma brain got stuck, now you got to remember, for 8 years I haven't dated anybody. And for 8 years I've been fine in my little egg here, in my safe surroundings. So there was nothing that happened to make me know that I could even possibly go into a panic attack about giving some joke about phone number. And it just goes to show you how ingrained our trauma brain can be in certain situations. Now, notice how once I told myself, you are still in control, then I was able to not go into a full-blown panic attack. And that lets me know that on some deeper level, I must have felt like it's impossible to go out with a man without relinquishing control of who I am. Or maybe I just felt like on some level that, you know, to date somebody could lead to my codependency issues again. Maybe. It's easy for me to say now that, oh no, that'll never happen. But I'm sure that I'm going to have to fight my trauma brain once I take this leap of faith and start dating. But this is true. That was trauma brain. Now let's talk about the truth, which has been muddled in the mess of the belief systems I've built up from being traumatized. The truth of the matter is that dating doesn't mean automatically giving up control. The truth of the matter is that I can remain in control of how I see things, paying attention to my gut feelings, being determined not to ignore red flags. I'm going to put a link at the end of this video to the video I did called Face of Trust, because I want you to watch that video to understand a little bit more about the importance of trusting ourselves and understanding that whether we trust somebody or somebody else or not should depend on what they show us. So in this situation, I am in control of choosing to go out with this guy. I'm in control of how long I go out with this guy. I'm in control of trusting my gut with respect to where that relationship will or won't go. I can trust myself not to ignore the red flags. I can use the voice I didn't feel I had in the past to stand on the truth of my values and my true beliefs that are grounded in truth, and to make sure that I do not compromise that for anybody. I'm in control of all of that. So for me to, if I choose to, all I did was agree to a phone call. Now, I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking about myself about this right now. All I agreed to was the phone call. Why am I panicking about that? If indeed the dude calls, he may not even call. I'm panicking about something that hasn't even happened. So I just wanted to share that with you in the interest of being fully transparent about the fact that the trauma dynamic and the trauma brain can come into play at any given time. Now, one other thing that I know is the truth in this is, after telling you guys what not to do and how not to get duped by a shyster and how to trust yourselves, I have to hold myself to those same standards. And knowing that I'm going to upchuck the boogie on myself with y'all and to y'all whenever I do the goofy or do something stupid or make a mistake, I'm going to have to own it. So I'm going to try not to have to own nothing for y'all, okay? But I want this to be encouraging as well. I want you guys to know that, hey, you are in control. I was talking to somebody today about a whole different matter. We got off into this tangent about guys that are wrong for us, or toxic relationships, or knuckleheads that don't even deserve our time. And I came to the realization that, and this is going to trip y'all out, I came to the realization that nobody out here, whether they've been traumatized or not, whether they had to deal with healing from trauma or not, or never been traumatized. Whoever, a lot of women run into these same knuckleheads. The only difference is not that the knuckleheads are just coming our way. The knuckleheads are out there in the mix overall, and they don't just come our way because we've been traumatized. They're probably coming the other women's way who are well adjusted and haven't had to go through that crap or been through it and totally healed from it. They are out there. The difference is a woman standing on her values and the truth of who she is, and understanding that her values, what's important to her in life, relationships, whatever, has got to take full front and center stage position in her life, and comfortable with that, embracing that, and knowing that she deserves no less than that. They can't get close to her. Yeah, they might come in the mix, but real quick, it's like, cut them out. Next, cut. She's not even going to give him the time of the day. But for any woman who will give that person, that type of person, the time of day, then now you caught up. You got to deal with the BS. You're still in control. Understand me. You are still in control. You get to choose. And understand that the minute you see something that's not lining up with who you are, not lining up with your values, not lining up with how you want to be treated by somebody, then you need to cut your losses right then and quit gaslighting yourself and making excuses for that behavior and accepting that behavior, hoping it's going to get better. That's the only difference. Knuckleheads are out there in the mix, but when you can come straight out the lineup, the minute something ain't looking right, then you don't spend your time putting your heart into that relationship just to get it broken again. Anyway, I'm going to give you a link to the 5-day Love of Your Life challenge so that you can go take that, because I developed that because of the very stuff I'm talking about now. What it's going to do is get you well grounded in who you are, what your values are, and help you to be able to determine early in the relationship, not 6 months down the line, but early in the relationship, you're going to know how to peep out. Oh, no, that ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't lining up with me. And I'm not saying that just because somebody don't line up with your values, that they're anything less than human. I'm saying that they're just not right for you. So take the 5-day Love of Your Life challenge. I put a link to it below. There's also a link to have a breakthrough session with me, complimentary, so that we can talk about what your pain points are and determine whether or not we should partner to deal with those issues for you. Anyway, always remember, your greatest power is realizing the truth of who you are. I'm Dr. Linda. Know that truth.